Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be taking part in the Friday night Magic at Home event Momir. For those who don't know what Momir is, we usually play this when this event rolls around every time because it's fun, it's random, and you can't really feel bad about losing in it, which is exactly what I need today. It's been a bit of a not great day for me today, but hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video because that will make my day considerably better. Alright, Momir is essentially based around this wonderful little emblem here, the Factory of Momir Vig emblem. With pay X to discard a card, you create a token that's a copy of a random creature card with converted mana cost X. Activate this only anytime you could cast a sorcery and only once each turn. So essentially you get a handful of lands, and every single turn you can decide to pay X, so we'll pay 2 for example, pay 2, discard a land, and then get a 2 converted mana cost creature from Magic's history in some cases. It's mostly what's on Arena, but there are a few like mana curve toppers that Wizards have added it, so there might be a few cards in here that are not in Arena normally that we should be able to hit with the Momir emblem. So that's really all I'm going to get into. The rest of the format should be explained as we play. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's get to it. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, we're in, and ooh, we got the Godzilla lands. Wish I had these, but I wasn't going to pay 20 bucks for them, tell you that much. We're going to play. And usually with Momir, you want to avoid like the 0 cost and the 1 cost, so we're just going to play a land and we're going to say go. We're going to try to get 5 colours of mana of Momir goodness into play. We're going to go with a 2-drop, because if it's a mana dork, we can really accelerate our curve, and we'll go with a swamp since we've got one in play. Well, that's useless. Okay. It's a 1-3. So, opponent actually dodging the 2 converted mana cost slot, which is interesting. We're going to go with a mountain. We're going to go for a 3-drop. They don't really have to put anything in front of this 1-3, or in front of this 2-3 that also does nothing. Alright, so we got a 1-3 and a 2-3, and both of them are essentially vanilla cards. And our opponent gets a 3-2. Okay, so that means our 2-3 can trade with the 3-2. We're going to go with a forest, and we're going to go 4s. Actually, we'll attack first, because in Ixalan block there's a few cards that have raid, which care about you attacking first. So on the off chance we hit one of those, I probably should be going to combat first. And it's also just generally correct to do anyway. Wonderful, we hit Umori. It's literally a 4-5 with no text. Oh, today's going great. Absolutely loving what's happening today. Alright, 4-drop. Opponent gets to pump a creature. That's not too bad. I will accept that. They're just not attacking though, which is really weird. Alright, again, we should be going boop. That's really the only attack we can make because of the boar. So I'll just get rid of that. And go 5-drop. Dump a forest. Other creatures have trample. So that's a 5-3 trample with no other text. Ooh-wee. Okay. And that's a Ketra. Okay, so Ketra's not that bad, except for it perfectly blocks everything I'm doing. Alright, so we're going to go for a 6-drop now. Hopefully we get something we can actually attack with. Wingfold. Oh, this is Draft Chaff. It's going to be a flyer. It's a 3-6. God, I love Magic the Gathering. Okay. So next time we get 7 drops, and that's essentially where we're going to start topping our curve. Garuda does nothing. Alright. Opponent's still actually allergic to attacking, which is fine by me. We're going to get in for 3. And then we're gonna X7. Discard the forest. And we get Daragaz. Really good flyer, actually. That's 10 points of damage coming over. They're gonna need a flyer, otherwise they're gonna lose to that. An 8-5, whenever it's dealt damage, sack a permanent. Okay. Let's go for another 7-drop. Dump the island. Whenever it attacks, it gains flying if you got 2 off your cards. Alright, so we should have lethal next turn. Despite the fact that every single one of our creatures has no actual rules text. That's kind of how Momir do, though. Alright, it's a Convoke Flyer. I just don't care. Yeah, just take it all. Go to 6. And might as well play another 7-drop. Just don't kill all my permanents, I guess. I don't know what we could have there. Alright, it gets flying because our opponent hasn't got enough cards in their deck. In their hand. And then we Hulk Smash. Minus 14. Don't know why they weren't attacking for half of that game, but apparently they just, I don't know, played it way too safe and lost. So, whew, we gotta win. Good stuff. Okay, we're in and on the play, exactly where you want to be. We've got a pretty good hand, if I do say so myself. So yeah, we're just going to lead off with turn 1 island and pass. Leave open Spell Pierce. Opponent, going to play around that Spell Pierce by doing nothing, I imagine. Yeah. Alright, well we'll go forest and we'll go 2-drop. Do love me a good 2-drop in Momir, and we'll get rid of some of these islands. When it attacks, creatures with Defender can't block. I'll just accept that it's a 2-1. It's probably not good enough though. Alright, 2 mana. Opponent getting a 2-drop. I imagine they are. Certainly considering skipping that. They got a mana dork. That's the best possible opportunity for them. Or outcome, should I say. Alright, let's pre-combat in case we get like Plague Crafter, I guess. Off of 3. I don't know. You cast a spell that targets it, it does nothing. Okay. Swing. You'll never block. So they get to essentially undo me being on the play with a mana dork. That's the idea. They can just use this mana now to go for a 4-drop, so they get to make their 4-drop, and next turn I get to make mine. It's a very, very good thing to have the 2-drops. Mana dorks, which is why I always go for 2. Skip 1, you can get like... Oh great. Kill my 2-drop. Yep, solid stuff. You don't have reach, do you? An archer without reach. What a world we live in. Alright, let's get in for 2, so we get that raid trigger, should it matter. Go for 4, and dump an island. Arcades, sure. Yeah, that's vigilance. And if we hit a defender, we actually get to draw a card and use them. So it's actually not the worst, as 4-drops go. Okay. Okay. We've actually kind of enabled a lot of hits to be good hits now as well. That being said, when we're up at like the 5-drop curve and things like that, it's not... It's not necessarily gonna lead to me getting a lot of defenders and walls, because most of the good ones are like 2 and 3 mana generally. Alright. I think we are gonna go for a 5-drop. Looking for something similar to our opponent, a Anthem effect would be nice. When this creature mutates, you may return target creature an opponent controls to its other hand. That'll never happen, so cool. We're getting for our Vigilant 3/5. And pass the turn. Pass the turn. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Momir. I do love Momir. It's one of those formats where you can just really slow a game down and play bad cards, and they sometimes end up being good. I mean, some of them end up Some of the might be good cards end up being very bad. In fact, this is from Original Theros, isn't it? I honestly didn't even notice this was a new card. It's dealt damage, but 1/1 counter on each other creature you control, so we can never really block that. It would be bad to do that. Let's go with a swing. Take our opponent to 10. And... got double green. 6. Get rid of the swamp. Gyruda does nothing. It's a good blocker, I guess, but not against Bellowing Aegisaur. Alright, what's your 6-drop? What you got? Meteor Golem. Fantastic. You love to see it. Goodbye, Arcades. It's the only threatening creature so far. You've got to kill Arcades. There's no real ifs or buts about it. Just do it. Yep. So we could make a 7-drop next turn. Or we could wait until we do an 8-drop by not doing anything this turn. Our opponent's not doing anything, so... why don't we? Because they're going to be making 8-drops, right? Yeah, they can make 8-drops. So I need to kind of catch up on that. Sorry, that's my phone. Forgive me, chat. I'm going to go for my 7-drops and hope that they're good enough. Give me a good 7-drop. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll take that. That's pretty good. We'll trade off as well. That's fine by me. If we can just keep getting Agents of Treachery, that'd be nice. And a 2-for-1 is fantastic. I think that's up there on best possible scenarios, though of course the Aegisaur has less targets now, but that's fine because we can just make more 7-drops and keep attacking. Our opponent gets to make some 8-drops though. I'm not entirely sure what the 8-drop slot has in store for us, but I'm sure it's pretty grim. Yep, that's pretty grim. How about you bounce 2 tokens and destroy and have a 5/6 flyer? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay. Well, rip my chances of winning. Alright, 5, 6, 7. I mean, sometimes that's just how Momir treats you. Mill you for 10 and make a 6/6. Alright. So there are some good cards. And we've got a 6/6 to go into their 5/6, which is lovely. I'm gonna go for a 9-drop. 9-drops are exciting. I'm sure there aren't that many of them. Yep, straight for the 9. They got a 9/9 trample that doesn't untap, and you have to pay 9 on your upkeep to untap it. That's real bad. I mean, it's got one good hit in it for sure, but yeah, not too gravy on that one. Alright, give me another good one. It attacks, it gets +1/+1 for each land you control. Oof. That's an oof. Alright, let's get in with our 6/6. Our opponent can't really block it, and this Trampler Rampaging Brontodon should hopefully close out the game. It's going to be a 14/14 Trampler, in addition to the 6/6 flyer and the 2/2 flyer coming over. Opponent probably doesn't want to go for the big drops now, but they're going to do it anyway. Oh, that's a good old demon. Demon of Deathscape. Pay 6 life to sacrifice 3 other creatures rather than paying this mana cost. 9/9 Flample for 9. Damn. I don't think that was in last time Momir was available. Okay. More 7s. Dig for that Agent of Treachery again. Each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Okay. I think I'm just going to all swing here. Have a 14/14 Trampler. He'll get double blocked by the 9/9s, I imagine. And we'll take one out of play. Demon of Deathscape specifically. Alright. And blocked all of that. Bad chomp there, and they take 2, and we get rid of the demon. Opponent's at 2, they've only got 1 flyer, and we should have them. Yes? No? What do you go for again? I personally would not use that Marrowleaf Pixie. So there is that. Why is everyone against attacking me today? Slin Voda. Yep, doesn't do anything unless you kick it. So it's just an 8/8, and that's game. Opponent wants to get one attack in before they die. Nope. Flawless victory 2 games in a row. What a weird situation. It's not really playing Magic if our opponents aren't going to attack us. Come on. Let's play some Magic, guys. Come on. All right, next game is going to be the true Magic Gathering, I'm telling you. All right, we're in. On the draw, which is not a great place to be in Momir, but can flip it around if we can get ourselves a Mana Dork on turn 2. We'll see. Then again, our last opponent couldn't, so, you know. Just got to show that being on the play is probably superior even if you do get... Yeah, that was a bad move. Alright. Turn 1 pass. So... The rules of Momir are essentially you have to skip certain mana costs up the curve if you want to get to a certain number. So the rule generally is that you do not go for a turn 1 play, because that means our opponent's going to be making 6 drops instead of 7 drops at this rate. So we're going to go for 2 drops every time, because that's like the highest density of mana dorks, which allows us to skip the curve a little bit. So yeah, always go for the 2 drops. Whenever you draw your second card, it gets... a +1/+1 counter. It's not fantastic. In fact, it's completely countered by this wonderful little spider. Christopher Rush, you got some good art, my friend. Some good art. 3 drop. Death Touch as long as you control a Planeswalker, so it's a 3/3 for 3. Solid. And it's a wasted attack, so they won't. We could actually... We haven't done this yet. We could skip the 3-drop slot. The issue is that our opponent actually does have an attacker. So we'd be taking 3 probably unnecessarily. Let's see if we can make if we can match our opponent's 3-drop. Search my library for a goblin. No. How about no? How about we don't do that? Okay, so we didn't match it. It's pretty bad. Not gonna lie. As we mentioned, though, we should have the long game. We'll take 3. Keep our 1/1s for blocking bigger things. Alright, let's go for 4 drops. 4 drops are good. There's a very high density of cards in the 4-drop slot. Search for an Elspeth card. I mean, I'll search my graveyard, but I'm pretty sure there isn't one in there. And now we have a 3/3 to block their 3/3. They paid 3 for theirs, though, and we paid 4, so it's not great. It's a bit sad, really. Okay, they're on 5s. And a 5-mana 2/2 is a big oof for our opponent. I'm gonna trade. Are we missing? We're missing an island. That's really about it. We're not really going to get that island, though. So let's go for 5 drops. See what we can get. I like the 5-drop slot. Beginning of your end step, if you gained life, create a 1/1 bat. Okay, so we have to find ourselves a life linker. 2/4 is not too bad, though, especially considering what we're seeing on board right now. And as you can see, our opponent's now stuck into the 6-drop slot, which does have Grun in it. 6 mana 5/5. It's not bad. And we've got more lands, so we're actually going to end up in the 7-drop slot, which hopefully is going to give us considerably more useful stuff. I haven't really looked at any primers for Momir as to where like the best drops are, where you should stop on the curve. Maybe my opponent is right by going for the 6 drops. I really don't know, but I know 7 drops has Agent of Treachery in it, and it's a pretty big bomb. Alright, so let's go for the 6s, and there are some good 6s. I'll give that to my opponent. There's a couple of bouncers in there. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, they gain indestructible. Well, it doesn't benefit me to attack, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. 0 punishment for attacks. I'm going to try and keep that around. Probably going to take the 5 on Grun rather than trade or chump. So opponent going for the 6s. Can't be blocked except for by Krakens, Leviathans, and Octopuses. Oh, you do actually... You do double your power. Yeah, alright then. Goblin Matron blocks. I thought it was only when it got kicked that it did fun things. Alright. 7 drops. Here we go. Give me something good. We'll get rid of a forest. 2 damage to target creature. This is not the worst, I suppose, but we're going to lose to this serpent if we can't deal with it. So we're going to be making 8 drops. Target creature gets -2, -2, and remove all counters, so they can get rid of my fairy. Or they can set up a situation where I don't have a good block, I guess. We're going to lose this one. We've hit pretty mediocre cards, unfortunately. And at least on the top end, my opponent got just enough cards to really move the needle in their favor. Their early game wasn't all that fantastic, but their late game is pretty solid. Absolutely no debate on that one. So kill my fairy. Kill my fairy. Or don't. Or don't. Okay. Getting in for 6 unblockable. So they don't want me to trade their Grun. I mean, I'm still going to have to block, so it makes very little difference to me. And yeah, it's all about what happens here now, in this moment. This is where we make or break Momir. 8 drops. Save me. Zatalpa. It's not bad, but we're still dead in 2 turns. In fact, we might already be dead now, I'm not sure. Probably can't attack. I'm taking a guaranteed 6, and then, yeah, they're probably just going to be able to swing through with the rest. Tetsamok. Death touching 6/6. Does nothing else. So I don't want to block this because I can shoot it with Kazarov. In fact, I can probably machine gun a few things next turn if I really wanted to, but it's really the 6/6 that matters, so I think I still have to spin the wheel on the Momir emblem. My Zatalpa's indestructible, so that doesn't compute with me. Opponent's making an unfortunate error, and I'm not going to hover the Zatalpa so that they notice. Although they're thinking about it. They are considering the possibility here. Oh. Maybe. Maybe. Here comes the rope. This is where it gets nail-bitingly good. Does my opponent hit the "I'm cool with this bad attack" button? It's down in the bottom right. It says opponent's turn. I choose to read it as opponent's mistake. Ooh, they're going all in. Alright. I would do the math, but that is not for me to do. Not right now. Now it's for me to do. Okay, so we have a 2-4 to block your 5-2. We have this indestructible creature to block you there. We've got this, and we've got this. So we're alive. Oh, you got a dinosaur. Didn't even notice that. So we're taking 8. Doesn't make too much difference. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we got to go with. What's my swing back look like? Let's see. We've got 5, 15... We got the win? Yeah. Yeah, okay then. Sure. Nail-bitingly awesome. 3-0. Good old Momir. So that's 2 on the play, 1 on the draw. And for the record, got my 40 gems for the day. So yeah, got one from an Ikoria ICR of 20 gems, and it was an M20, I think, Ikoria. M20 Ikoria. M20, 20 gems. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, let's go for another game. Alright, on the play. Best place to be. We're going to go land drop, say go. Jib Tech, do you appreciate the 1-drops? You don't. Good. Good, good. You know how to Momir. Alright, we're up against the veteran, chat. Wildborn Preserver. So there's an argument to play off curve a little bit with the Wildborn Preserver. So we can make a big boy. I don't care. So I could go for 2 drops here. And make a 3-3. It'd be like... This would be my 3-3, 3-drop. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know if it's correct to do, but 2-drop it is. Alright, we've already got an island in place. We'll dump the island. Get a 3-1. We will pay 1 mana. We'll get in. Tax each combat if able. A 3-1. Fantastic. It's dead. Unless we can get Ravenous Chupacabra on our 4 drops. Oof. Oh, that's real bad. Alright, yeah, we've got to go for something that's got to kill this board. I could also see, again, going for a 3 drops. Partially because I can make my Wildborn Preserver a 4-4 and still swing. And I don't think my 4 drops are going to actually save my Rage Hound here. I think I'll do that. Let's do a 3-drop. At this point, I've already won enough to not really care about my win results. Return an artifact. Okay. So this is more about experimentation and finding out whether or not this is an absolute egregious error, which I could see it being one. So yeah, we lost our little 3-1. But we do have a 4-4, which is not the worst thing in the world. And a 2-3 to block their 2-2. Does this target have a spell? Yeah. Now it's kind of the worst thing in the world having that 4/4. Because it doesn't do me any good. Alright, let's have some 4-drops. Let's get rid of... Swamp. Bishop of Binding. Nice. That's a good one. Get rid of you. And pay 1. So this is going to exile the Conclave Cavalier, and because it didn't die, it got exiled. They don't get anything for it, and because it's a token, they don't actually get anything when this dies either. But we don't get any benefit to the attack, so that's alright. It's basically like getting a Conclave Tribunal. 7/3, 3 damage to each player. Oof, and did you hear the little squeak? That was adorable. Okay, let's see. Where do we want to go from here? Because that is a 7/3. It is not an insignificant creature. I think we just go for 6 drops at this point. Instead of going for the Wildborn Preserver. Number of counters on creature you control. Hang on, let me let it all activate. Decline that. And then what happens? Enters the battlefield. Count the number of 1/1 counters on creatures you control. Creatures your opponents control with power less than or equal to that number can't block. So this can't block. This can't block. So we get in and we hit our opponent for lethal. That was a pretty good hit. Exaxes. Because we got 3 +1/+1 counters on this Wildborn Preserver. So, literally... I'm the luckiest individual in the world. Literally, putting the counters on the Preserver this entire time was actually my win con. Who knew? Alright, so there is a little bit of value in doing what I did. We didn't really play too far off curve either, because like some of the 2-drops are better than some of the 3-drops our opponent can have, and so on and so forth, all the way up the curve. So it didn't feel too bad playing under the mana cost, because mana cost in general for Momir doesn't always equal high-powered creatures. Like, there are some like 8-drops that just are 5/5s, and they have no text. And yeah, it's pretty much the situation we found ourselves in. Oh my god. Yeah. At first I was reading this and I was like, I am pinpointing counters on things. And I was like, that's all I've been doing. Yeah. Pretty good. Alright, I think we got time for one more. Alright, we're in. This is keepable. We're on the draw. Let's do this. Opponent, do you trust in the power of the 1-drop? They mulled? Well, they don't believe in the 1-drop. What is going on today? What is wrong with some people? Okay, do you believe in the power of the 2-drop? You should. It's the best actual number you can get. Here we go. It's a Steamkin. That's actually about as bad as it can get. 2-drop. Let's see if we can outdo our opponent on bad possible hits. Okay. Sack 3 rats, gain control of a creature. We could build up a rat army by playing off curve. It all depends on what our opponent's going to do here. The floating red. Why? Going for a 1-drop. I don't get it. Alright, well, the way that they're playing, there's no way I could possibly gain control of a creature that makes me want to tap out 2 mana every turn. There's not a chance. So, let's just keep going for 3-drops. Whenever an enchantment enters, the thing happens. Alright, let's get in. They can double block if they like. I wouldn't advise it. Okay. I'm happy to drop this Benthic Biomancer in the way. if they attack in with it, because they're not actually gaining any card advantage by adapting there. So, I'll trade. Ah, what a weird day today has been. Absolutely fascinating turn of events around every single corner. Alright, let's get rid of the island. And yeah, we got a you can sacrifice crappy creatures to make this a 5/5. What happened? I don't get it. I'm keeping this matchup in the video. I don't care how much of a non-game it ended up being. That's just so weird that I cannot leave it undocumented. We'll have one more game, but that was just absolutely mind-boggling. Let's do this. Alright, on the draw. As we've mentioned, worst possible place to start. But we've won every single game we've played today, so there apparently is no possible bad place you could start. Let's go with the forest, we'll pass the turn. Opponent also does not go for their 1-drop. Do they go for their 2-drop? They don't. Ooh, they're wanting to go a little bit higher on the curve, I see. Alright, well, I don't subscribe to skipping on the 2-drop slot. So, we're gonna go for it. We got a pretty crappy card. Not gonna lie. Reach, though, as far as, like, evergreen keywords is concerned, is not the worst thing in the world. Opponents actually just like skipping all drops. I think they just want big boy drops. So, power to them. Yes, not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Yeah, they actually want to try and survive. I don't know if they will, to be honest. But if we can't race them to whatever number they decide they want to stop on, then obviously we're going to have a bad time. They want to get to like 10 drops so they can Ulamog, I'm guessing. That's their plan. Or do we want to start at 5? Starting at 5. I've never seen this tactic before, but every enchantment ends the battlefield. You may draw a card if you do discard a card. Alright, so there's no advantage there. They have, however, completely stopped us in our tracks, which is just amazing. Alright, 5 drops. Get rid of the plains. A heron. Not bad. A heron! Haha! Okay. 6 drops. And this is their game plan. They want to basically cast spells that have got a higher mana cost than us. Undergrowth doesn't do anything. It's a 6/4. Okay, we can continue the pressure with our 3/4 flyer. What do you actually do? Can't be blocked by more than 1. Yeah, the 3/5 actually just still makes that very bad. I'm guessing we should probably just go land and pass. This could be our skip for the turn. Since they're skipping, we probably want to do something roughly similar to them to match it. Alright, 7 drops. Agent of Treachery. Steal my favorite card. Yep. Alright. Do 7. Get rid of Mountain. I'll take a Yidaro. 8/8 Hasty Trampler. And we will get rid of the Shoal Kraken, which allows my boar to attack in should they provide an inadequate blocker for it this turn. Here we go, 8 drops. They got a 9/9. And we'll take 3. So, adequate blockers placed. We will make a land drop. We will go for our 8s. 6, 7, 8. Dump a mountain. 8/4 trample. That's awful. You going for 9s? Going for 9s. First time seeing a 9. What do you get? Name green. Iona. Opponents can't cast green drops. We're not going to be doing that, but it is a 7/7 flyer, so to be honest, that's still pretty great. I think I might go for a 7 and try get an Agent of Treachery. Is that weird? Or should I just do my own? Let's do my own. We might just be able to match them. 9 drop, incoming. Yeah, we're gonna name red. Just so they don't use them burn spells. And they do have a 9/9, but they're not attacking with it. I cannot figure out why. Trample 5/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may create a 3/3 beast. That will win them the game. Quite easily, I do imagine. 9. Beginning of your upkeep, you may untap target creature and gain control of it until the end of the turn. Oh. Alright. It's pretty good. We want to just pass then. So they get a beast. We get to steal their Iona. We could legend rule it as a removal opportunity. Beginning of your upkeep, you draw 2 cards. That's exceptionally good. I guess they knew that these cards were in here, because that seems to be all they're really doing. Okay, so... Is it until end of turn? Yeah. Alright, so I think I'm going to trade the Iona off. Maybe I didn't have to do that. I don't know. But I'm going to force some blocks anyway. We'll go with... We're not going to get the upkeep trigger on any of this stuff, so I might as well just take like the biggest thing. Play a 9 drop. Problem is that they're drawing cards now, so they can go to 10. Oh, well, we got that. Let's get in with this boy. And... let's get in with this Trampler. That'll do. Jumps. Trades. And tramples. Alright, so they get to make a beast and draw 2 cards. So they can make 10 drops, which Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, is a part of, which is probably a really good chance to hit, and that will probably lose us the game. We'll see, though. We'll see. Here we go. Do you go 10 drops? I'm sure there's many other things in the 10 drop slot, though. I don't even know what this thing is. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you pay 4. I guess it's not lethal, but I can steal it and pump it twice or maybe 3 times. Oh no, it is lethal because it's 12 damage. Oh damn, they killed themselves. Okay. Yeah. Read the full card. I mean, flying trample's not enough because they've got the Dreamtail Heron, but the double strike, that does a thing. That does exceptionally more than just what it was originally doing in my head, so... Yep, cool. Alright, well, that's going to do it for today's video. It's been an absolute emotional roller coaster. We haven't lost. Games that we probably should have lost, like that one. And in fact, our opponent just very unluckily flips straight into a defeat. Yeah, like 6-0. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll take it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it today. I mean, that has made me feel considerably better about the terrible day I've had, so... yeah, now I'm in a good mood, so hopefully you guys are also in a good mood. If you are, hit that like button to show appreciation of the good mood that you're now in. And yeah, subscribe for some more content like this in the future. We'll be doing some Arena Cube draft coming up shortly. I wanted to just do Momir today, though, because I didn't really have the mental capacity to care about drafting. So yeah, later on down the line, we will be definitely doing some Cube draft, so stay tuned for that. Hit that bell icon, and you'll get notifications when I release those kind of videos as well. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.